gonna be some painting and drawing. Art club, there's gonna be some painting and drawing. Some of the time we might do drawing and painting, but most of the time we will do painting and drawing.
Grab a pencil, grab a brush, we're about to do Art Club!
Hello and welcome to another Art Club. Now I've had a lot of you asking me where do I get all of my great jokes from, and I'm gonna have to come clean. I've actually got a tiny cartoon version of myself constantly telling jokes in my head. If you don't believe me, watch.
What's white and fluffy and sounds like an owl? A towel.
It's a blessing and a curse. Now we've got a great episode of Art Club lined up. It's episode 8 and we're doing a lot about sculpture. I've written a song actually. It goes like this.
Anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture.
It's quite catchy. You'll be hearing more of that later on. Now I'm gonna start playing all of your wonderful pictures up here somewhere. We had loads of superhero pizzas sent in, absolutely brilliant. Some wonderful Picasso, some great ice cream pictures. Oh, one of you is going to be really lucky and win my own superhero pizza. The name of that person should be coming up somewhere around here. If that is you, have a look in the description to this video and there should be a little thing that tells you what you need to do. Also, thank you so much to everybody who has clicked subscribe and especially everybody who has shared. I've got a challenge for you guys. What I want you to do is get your mums and dads to share Art Club with their friends. And that hopefully should get me a few more subscribers. Also, talking of subscribers, I've got this subscribers certificate here. You can print this off and then you can colour it in once you've done all the little achievements here. You've got stuff like watched one episode, which you've already done, had one of your pictures shown on Art Club. So if your pictures are up there, you can colour that in. Also, wearing stripes. So if you're wearing stripes whilst watching an episode, you can colour that one in. So go into the link, which is in the description to this video again, print one of these off and then get colouring. Right, what else is there? Click like. Do that now. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you share Art Club with at least one other person. Make sure you share it with 3 or 4 if you can. And send in your jokes and send in your artwork as well. And if you send in your artwork, make sure your mums and dads use the special hashtag Olaf Art. It's got a fart in it and it means I can find your pictures a lot more easily. I think we should have another quick blast of that song and then I think we're ready to go.
Anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture, anything can be sculpture. Grab a pencil, grab a brush, we're about to do Art Club!
Right, it's time for the 2-part drawing. We do the first part now and we do the second part right at the end of the show, so make sure you stick around for that. Last week, we did a superhero pizza. We're gonna do the flip side this week. We're gonna do an evil villain. And it's not just any evil villain, it's an otter. And it's not just any otter, but we'll go into that a bit later. So we're gonna start now. You'll need a sheet of paper and you'll need a pen to draw with, or a pencil, it really doesn't matter. I'll probably use a few different ones because there's gonna be a bit of detail in this drawing. So first up, what you need to do is draw an oval shape around about here on your sheet of paper. And that's going to be the otter's head. And then we're going to do 2 ears, so little tiny ears, one there, with an inside bit like that, and then one there, with another inside bit. And we're going to do the nose next, so a little nose, and then we're going to draw 2 eyes. I might just switch to my slightly smaller pen for this one. So I'm going to draw 1 eye here. It's a little kind of circle like that. And I'm going to draw 1 eye here. And I'm not going to colour those in just yet. Then we're going to draw the mouth. So draw a line that goes down and then draw this kind of shape. He's going to be having a bit of a snarl because he's a villain. And inside, we'll draw a few teeth. And draw another one there, another one there. And a tongue, which is like an M shape. Now, otters, they have these kind of droopy whiskers, so we'll draw a few of those. I'm going to draw his body shape now. I'm going to revert back to this pen. And his body shape is kind of like, I don't know what kind of shape you'd say it is. It reminds me of a vase that you might put flowers in, to be honest. So he's kind of got a long neck and a little round body. I'm going to draw one arm and one leg. So the first arm is going to come off here, so a little bendy arm. And we'll draw the next bit there. Do a curved line, and we do 1, 2, 3, 4 little bumps like that. And this curves in, and then here, come back in like that. And draw a little T shape. And that makes a clenched fist. And then we're going to do one leg, which is going to be just down like this. And then the foot is going to come out like this. And then we'll draw 2 lines here for the toes. Now that is the first part of our drawing, believe it or not. We will come back and finish it at the end, and then I'll show you just what kind of evil otter it is. So join me back again for that.
Which musical instrument do you find in the bathroom? A tuba toothpaste. And that joke has come from Monty, age 11.
Now we're going to do a quick bit of drawing that combines a few things that we've learned in a few of the past episodes. We're going to do a 3D shape, and we're going to do some shading, and we're also going to use our imaginations. All you need is a sheet of paper, a pencil, a pen, and that's about it really. We're going to be drawing a bottle. So to do that, what we do, draw the neck of the bottle, and then it curves around like this, and then down like that. Oh, mine's got a bit wobbly there, doesn't matter. And then you've got to imagine that on this side, it's a mirror image. So you do everything you've done here, but you do it the other way around. So you start here, and when you get to here, you curve that way, and then we curve back in, and then we go straight down. Now it's just a case of drawing some circles. You might want to use a pencil here. So it's an oval shape, actually, not a circle. So one there, and perhaps another one there. This is going to be the mouth of the bottle. And then the same kind of curve at the bottom here. You might want to do another bit underneath like that. And we're also going to do a label on the bottle. So draw a curve there, and then another curve there, and we're going to join those up with some straight lines. I'm going to go over those in my pen quickly. And do an extra little circle in the top. Now this is going to be a magic potion. So we're going to do a few bubbles coming out of the top, like this. And then we're going to add some shading. So we're going to add some shading like this. So follow the neck of the bottle, and then curve your shading around. And then as it gets towards this side, it gets lighter, so it's darker here. And it just gets a bit lighter as you come round. And then down the bottom here, we go dark, and we get lighter as we go around. And then here, we'll just do some curved shapes, get lighter. And the same here, curved shape, and it gets lighter. And then we do another bit, it's kind of almost like a stripe that kind of curves around. It just gets a bit lighter as it fades, as it goes back in. We'll do the same down here, so it just fades as it goes back in. And curve that around and fade it there. And we're going to do a little shadow underneath the bottle where it's sat on the table. So just a little bit of darkness underneath. And then make that fade off into the background like that. So it's lighter and lighter. But hopefully you should get a nice shadow like that. Now with these bubbles that we've got here, you can just do a little C shape on the inside like that. Now all we need to do is decide what is in this magic potion and design a label for it. I think mine is going to be an invisible potion, but a very special invisible potion that only makes a very certain part of your body invisible. Invisibum makes your bum disappear. Why not have a go at making your own potions? They can be really silly and they can do whatever you like. Why not make a load of them? Here's a few that I made earlier.
What do you call a grumpy person in space? Astronoid. And that joke has come from Patrick.
Now it's time for our 1 minute artist bit. This week we're going to be learning about Barbara Hepworth.
1 minute artist, Barbara Hepworth. Barbara Hepworth was a British sculptor born in 1903. She was one of the very few female artists of her generation to achieve international fame. Rather than a traditional sculptor, Barbara Hepworth was a modern artist, and a lot of her sculptures can be described as abstract. Barbara Hepworth's early works were inspired by lots of different artists, including Pablo Picasso. Although a lot of Barbara Hepworth's work is abstract, some of them do contain references to human form, by which I mean they look a bit like people. She travelled to Italy when she was 19. It was there that she learned how to carve marble. She also met her husband there and had her first son. This is a sculpture of her first son, Paul. Hepworth had a friendly rivalry with fellow modern sculptor Henry Moore. She liked to say that her work was a way of holding a beautiful thought. And that is Barbara Hepworth in a minute.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Unfortunately, it was a little bit educational, but don't worry, I really love sculpture, and I get a lot of people say to me, well, what exactly is sculpture? Can anything be sculpture? Well, with that question in mind, I made this song.
It can sometimes be hard to know what makes a sculpture. A man with no clothes from a very ancient culture. A person type thing with aeroplane wings. When people ask the question, here's the song I sing.
A toilet roll with some folds on a hole.
Anything can be sculpture.
Her Majesty the Queen from plasticine.
Anything can be sculpture.
A plate on a date with a lady plate.
Anything can be sculpture.
2 pine cones and a microphone.
Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture.
A big prick stick with a knitted glue tit.
Anything can be sculpture.
A white leather towel with a solitary flower.
Anything can be sculpture.
A unicorn stacked on the back of a cat.
Anything can be sculpture.
A miniature loo on a drug shop poo.
Anything can be sculpture. 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 Anything
I hope you like that song. Let me know if you did in the comments below. What we're going to do now is make our own sculpture, kind of similar to the sort of thing that Barbara Hepworth or perhaps Henry Moore or Anthony Gormley might make. Except we're going to be using a toilet roll. It was actually one of the sculptures that was in that music video of mine. So get yourselves a toilet roll and you'll need some scissors. I've actually got 2 pairs of scissors here, some big ones and then some tiny ones. If your mum and dad do have tiny ones, make sure you ask before you use them because they can get a bit grumpy about that. And also always be careful when you're using scissors. I know that most of you are pretty sensible and not really stupid, but I know there are a few stupid ones who do watch this. I was one of you when I was your age. But yeah, make sure you're careful with scissors. And what we're going to do, we're going to make one cut and it's going to be a diagonal cut and it's going to be just above halfway, so about 2/3 up. And just like, oh, there we go, got there in the end. And this part is going to be like the body of our figure. And this is going to be the upper body, so the arms and the sort of neck area. And it's going to be quite abstract, so it doesn't have to look exactly like a human. What we're going to do now is hopefully interlock this one into here. And I'm going to cut a few little slots. Okay, so the first slot is going to be near this pointed edge, about here. I'll do one, and I'll do another one very close to it. So we want a nice thin slot like that. And just get rid of that extra bit. And then the same distance away on the other side of that point, we're going to do another slot. So about there, I think, a bit further. And we go one, and another one right next to it. And then get rid of that bit there. Up you come. Get rid of those. And hopefully this should slot nicely. Oh, there you go, that feels good. Slots nicely into there. And that's going to be our figure. Now what we're going to do, I need a head shape. So I'm going to cut a head shape. This bit here is going to be the back. So I'm going to cut the head shape from the back. And I'm going to kind of do this. So if you can copy. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine. It really doesn't. And again, these are abstract, so it really doesn't matter if yours doesn't look 100% like mine. And that there is going to be our head. Before I put that head on, I'm going to cut a little eye shape out. I'm going to use my small scissors and just cut in and then cut a little eye shape. Like so. And just put that back together. I'm going to do a little tiny slot on the point of this one. And then a slot in the neck here. Get rid of the middle bit there. And then hopefully that should fit in there. There we go, it does. Now, I'm going to have the arms apart here, so I'm going to cut right up the middle here. So these 2 bits come apart. I'm going to bend the arms apart a little, like so. Now, do you remember back in episode 1 when we did our Matisse cutouts, I mentioned that I really like football and I made a Matisse football scene. Well, this is going to be a football related sculpture. I'm going to make this into a goalkeeper. Now, he needs a ball, so I'm going to go back to the back here and I'm going to cut out a circle, which is going to be a ball. So hopefully, I'm going to make a kind of a circular shape. It's quite tricky. It's tricky enough drawing a circle, let alone cutting one out with scissors. And again, if you want to make it a bit easier, you can kind of take it apart and put it back together. And it doesn't have to be exactly circular because it's abstract. There we go, that's the ball. And my sculpture is going to be catching the ball in both hands. I'm going to make a couple of little slots. And hopefully that ball will fit in his hands. So I'll do one slot there. And one slot on the other side. Just there, get rid of that middle Now, I'm hoping if I fit this back together. It's very fiddly, this one. And now I'm hoping the ball will fit in the goalkeeper's hands. Let's see. Looks a bit more like an Easter egg than a football, but come on. There we go. Our goalkeeper has caught the ball. And that there is your finished Barbara Hepworth inspired sculpture. Now yours doesn't have to be made out of a toilet roll, you can make it out of anything you like. I always find some really cool stuff if I raid through the recycled bin. All you need to do now though, once you've made a sculpture, is go and find somewhere to display it. Barbara Hepworth, she had her own garden that she put sculptures in. So I think I'm gonna go and find somewhere nice in my garden to put this, and I'll take a video of it. It would be great to see yours. Make sure you share them with the hashtag #OlafArt.
It can sometimes be hard to know what makes a sculpture. A man with no clothes from a very ancient culture. A person-type thing with aeroplane wings. When people ask the question, here's the song I sing.
A toilet roll with some folds and a hole.
Anything can be sculpture.
Her Majesty the Queen made from plasticine.
Anything can be sculpture.
A plate on a date with a lady plate.
Anything can be sculpture.
2 pine cones and a microphone.
Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture. Anything can be sculpture.
A big grit stick with a knitted glue tip.
Anything can be sculpture.
A white leather towel with a solitary flower.
Anything can be sculpture.
A unicorn stacked on the back of a cat.
Anything can be sculpture.
A miniature loo on a drug shop poo.
Anything can be sculpture. 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 Anything can be sculpture.
What do you call a fly with no wings? A walk! And that joke has come from Tulip, age 11.
That was quite funny, wasn't it? Right, what we're going to do now is quite a quick and fun drawing challenge. What you need to do is to pick a colour and then go off and find 8 different things that are mostly that colour. I've chosen red, and I've got a load of my things here. So I've got some wind-up teeth, a dice, a little plastic teddy bear, a flower, ketchup, a money box in the shape of a post box, and a tomato, which actually, looking at it, looks a bit more orange, but it'll do. Now, what you need to do, let's put these out of the way for a bit. It's a special drawing challenge, this, because what we're going to do, we're going to take a sheet of paper and we're going to fit all 8 of our objects on this piece of paper, and we've got 1 minute to draw each one. So it's a speed drawing challenge. If you haven't got anyone to time you, don't worry, just kind of guess what a minute is. But all we need to do is to be really quick. It doesn't need to be ultra accurate, just be really quick, and then we get to colour it in afterwards. So here we go. I'm going to speed this up because we haven't got enough time to sit and watch me draw all of these things for 8 minutes. So let's get going. you'll see I snuck in a bonus object there. And once you've drawn all of your things, you can colour them in. There you go, a really cool one colour artwork. It doesn't matter if they don't look great, you're spending 1 minute on them, and the idea of that is so you don't worry about making mistakes. And I think that when you don't worry about making mistakes, that's when you really start to improve. It would be great to see all of your artworks.
Grab a pencil, grab a brush, we're about to do Art Club!
You may remember from the beginning of the show, we started to draw our evil otter. We're going to finish that off now, and I'm going to show you exactly what kind of an otter it is and why I only drew one arm and one leg. Make sure you've got the pens that you were using before, and it's at this point that I'm going to tell you it's actually a robotic otter. He's part robot, part otter. So this eye that we did here, I'm going to go back to that, and I'm going to draw another circle around it. And then a slightly bigger circle around that one. And that is going to be a robotic eye, and I'm going to colour that in red when I colour it. I'm also going to do half of his head as though it's got a metal kind of plate. So if I draw a line that kind of curves around like that, and then if I use the even smaller part of my pen, I can draw some little bolts, some little kind of rivets that follow that line. And it looks like it's kind of had this metal bit bolted on. And when I colour this bit in, it'll be all kind of shiny, and I'll use blues and greys to make it look like it's metallic. Now what we're going to do as well, we're going to do the other leg, which is going to be a robotic leg, and the other arm, which is going to be a robotic arm. Before we do that though, we're going to draw a little round shoulder bit that looks like it's been attached again with some rivets. Draw some more rivets. Let me get that pen out. So it really does help actually if you've got a nice tiny pen or pencil where you can do the little details like this. And the same down here, this is where his robotic leg is going to be attached. Draw some rivets along here. So first we'll do this robotic leg, and it kind of looks like the normal one, slightly thicker. I've done it, doesn't have to be, and it's almost like it's wearing a boot. I'm going to put a sole on the boot, and what I'm going to do is do some little lines here, and I'm actually use the other end of this pen again. I'm going to do like a little cable coming out and going back around, almost as though this is how it's powered. And I might draw a few more extra lines, perhaps a few more dots. There. And next I'm going to draw his robotic arm, and the way I do that, I'm going to have it bent and holding something. So I'm going to draw, that's the first part of his arm. And then I'm going to draw a circle, which is going to be the hinge. And then I'm going to draw 1, 2, almost like bones, like you'd get in a skeleton. And then up here, I'm going to draw another circle, so another joint or a hinge. And he's going to be holding something in his robotic arm, so I'm going to do him a little hand. So this is going to be his thumb. And then I'll draw 1, 2, 3, and a little finger there. and he's actually going to be holding quite a dangerous weapon. So we're going to draw that in now. Actually, before I draw that in, I might just add a few kind of robotic bits. Right, now to draw that weapon, see if you can guess what it is. We're going to draw a leaf here, and then another leaf here, and then another leaf here. Then I'm going to use my smaller bit of my pen to draw lots of little tiny shapes like this. And some lines on these leaves. If you haven't guessed already, it's an atomic corn on the cob. Highly dangerous and highly explosive. All we need to do now is the otter's tail. They have kind of quite long tails, so I'm going to draw it curved out the back there and kind of curving back in. Just follow that line back. And then what I might do is add a few more robotic bits and then start colouring it in. And there you have it, a robotic otter with an atomic corn on the cob. I hope you have lots of fun drawing your own. If you do get to share them with me, make sure you use the hashtag OlafArt. And also, if you would like to win my own version of the atomic corn on the cob wielding robotic otter, all you need to do is go into the comments to this video and type in the special code phrase, "I have an atomic corn on the cob and I'm not afraid to use it." Good luck and have fun drawing your own. Well, that's it. We've come to the end of Art Club episode 8. Aww. It's been a good one though. Let me know if you've enjoyed it. Type away in the comments there if you have. Also, please do make sure you share Art Club. It'd be really great to keep it growing. We've got up to 3,000. Let's see if we can get up to 4,000 subscribers. That'd be really good. Oh yeah, again, make sure you print off your subscribers certificate. It's in the link in the descriptions below. Click like, click subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you get your mums and dads to share it with their friends. That's always really good. How shall we end this one today? I know, we can go back inside my head and get another joke from the cartoon version of me that is constantly telling jokes in my head. Bye!
What do you call a man with no body, just a big nose? Nobody knows.